What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Backpacking Podcast. I am here, as always, with my good friend, Jeremiah Stringer. Bro, that beard is coming in beautifully right now.
Thank you very much. My wife still is not a huge fan, but I do use plenty of beard products to keep it nice and soft.
Well, man, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. It is looking good, though, man. It's really looking good. I'm impressed. I was giving you a lot of crap earlier this year, man. I was giving you a lot of crap because it was looking pretty non-existent. Just saying.
I think that every man, if you have hair, I think that every man should change their haircut at the very least, once a year.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you have an opinion. That's good.
Beard too. It doesn't hurt.
Hey,
it doesn't
check this out, dude. We got some guys in here tonight. Look at this. Jeff Peters just posted. I've watched a few other backpacking podcasts. This one is my number one. We got Trey Summers in here. We've got Up Trail. What's up, Bob? He's in here. Everyday Backpacker. Love the podcast. We love you being on here. We got What's Good, Beautiful People. Tree Riot. Devin's on tonight. What's up, Devin? How are you, man? Let's see who else is in here that hasn't. Greetings from Brooklyn.
Oh,
nice.
What up, Jeff?
Brooklyn. That's awesome. And we got Jim in here. Lost again with Jim. He's a. So we got a great show lined up tonight, but I have to tell you something, man. Like, just check this out. Someone from Newfoundland. How do you pronounce that? Newfoundland, Canada? Is that right?
I don't know. I don't speak Canadian, so I'm not sure, honestly.
You barely speak English.
Barely.
American English, I should say.
Yeah, Appalachian English.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we got Jay Boogie in here. Sweet. So greetings from Montana. Paul from northern Wisconsin. Man, they're coming from all over the place now. That's awesome. So I've been complaining for a while about my trail runners, right?
Oh, yes.
You've heard me whine about these things for forever.
Yeah, is it the Saucony Mad Rivers?
Yeah, they not so good. Like, not the new version anyways. Well, but they're like $100 and something. Like, trail runners are not cheap. So it's like, you don't want to just not use them. You kind of want to use them. But at the same time, I was just getting annoyed with them.
Yeah.
I finally bought some new trail runners.
Oh, what'd you get?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, you're going to save it?
I'm doing a video this week, and I'm going to talk about. I'm talking about trail runners in general, but yeah, I'm going to talk about the new ones I got. I really like them, man. Let's just say there were a lot of comments in the last video I put out, where people were just like saying, "You've got to try these. You've got to try these. You've got to try these," and I did, and they were right. So there were a lot of comments, and I decided to go with them. So that's pretty cool. Look at this, man. North Dakota's here. Southern Indiana. Dude, this is great. I tried the Danners, Devin, but they were too skinny for my fat feet. Like, they're not made for hobbit feet. They're just not. They're not made for hobbit feet. They're made for people with, like, trim feet. So I tried the Olympus 4s. I don't like zero drop. So, okay, let's stop talking about us. Here's what's going on. Oh, man, we got people from Michigan, New Hampshire, all over the place, man. This is awesome. They're in here for one reason tonight.
I know. For our very special guest.
Yes, for a very special guest tonight. We got another fellow Kentuckian in here with us, too. That's awesome. Tonight, we've got a young man who is doing something not only to be part of the outdoors, but to help others get into the outdoors and to use the outdoors as a way to help people out. And I can't think of anything cooler than that. So, Jeremiah, you guys are buddies. Why don't you do the introductions tonight?
Yes, as John said, very special nonprofit. I'm excited to talk to Jonathan about later on in the show tonight. Affecting lives, actually doing something that matters. Everybody, please welcome Mr. Jonathan Slider.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, fellas. First of all, you said young man. I appreciate that. I'll receive that. I'm 39. I'm gonna be 40 in October. So,
bro, I'm pushing 50.
Thank you.
So I'm pushing 50, so I can say it.
You can.
So, like
Mad respect.
I'm trying to give you some, I'm trying to go there. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go
Yeah,
there.
I appreciate it. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on here. I'm stoked to be able to talk with you guys.
Yeah.
Well, man, tonight's going to be fun. And something that we do on this show that'll be happening in the background while you're talking, and we'll be scrolling along the bottom of the screen, will be something we like to call the fake news. So we're going to get that going right now. The ticker is going, and let's get into talking with you a little bit about what it is you do. And I know Jeremiah's got all the questions because he's been excited about this episode for a while. So I'm going to let Jeremiah kind of lead off here.
Okay. The first thing I want to know, I want to give everybody a little context here. So Jonathan, I met him on a trip, and poor Jonathan, he shows up, and I think he's the only guy there not sticking a camera in people's face and yelling about. So we went to Land Between the Lakes, and huge shout out to Lance Outland. He actually introduced us. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, Outland, he has a great backpacking channel, but he introduced us to Jonathan, and Jonathan gets out of the vehicle, and the first people he sees is like me and Mr. Backpacking with Jason, sir. Restless Outdoors. He was right there with him. Jonathan, what was going through your mind whenever you met everybody at that whole group?
Well, thankfully, I let my wife know where I was going to be. But I jump out and I see Jeremiah and I see Jason, and they're making some cinnamon rolls, and they look at me like, "Who's this guy?" I mean, who is this guy? I have my little schmog thing that I wear around my neck, and Jeremiah makes a comment, say, "Hey, let me check that out real quick." And I extend it to him out of kindness because I'm like new kid on the block, new kid in school, trying to figure out where I belong. And Jason, he's so friendly, so bubbly, such a nice guy, and he just welcomes me in. Hunter Hikes, he was there, and it was just a great experience. But no, I've been in so many different situations in my life over the last 20 plus years that I was just kind of on observation mode, ready to jump in. So no, it was blast. It was great, and then the trip that preceded was it was a pretty good trip.
Yeah, I took another trip myself, Hunter, as you mentioned earlier, and you, Jonathan, and we had a lot of fun. We were doing a section hike of the Sheltowee, which John has actually through hiked. For those that listen to the podcast, you probably heard us talk quite a bit about it before. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I remember where we started at. So John, you know where the Sheltowee crosses Highway 80?
Is that right by that gas station that has a really good food?
No, that gas station is a little bit after it. So it's right before you get to that gas station. So you cross the main highway, you come out of one section up the hill, you cross the highway, and you got to walk over a little bit and then start the other way northbound. But I remember we pulled up, and so Hunter drive in, right? So Hunter's driving in from North Carolina, and then Jonathan is an Ohio guy. So they drive in and we park. John,
just want to say that. Go Buckeyes.
Jonathan,
he's not from Ohio, but I'm doing it anyways.
Okay. I think that Hunter maybe rode with me or something. We left his car, but we pulled the cars up just on the side of the road next to this guardrail. And Jonathan was like, "Are you sure this is going to be okay?"
Never in my life I've ever left my car on the side of a highway to go hiking. That's like
that's 90% of the Sheltowee Trace.
Well, now I know, and I've kind of been broken into it. And needless to say, that section of the Sheltowee, I think he was just looking for anyone who would go with him, because there was a lot of road hiking, I
Oh,
know what you're talking about now. Where you're talking about now. Like when you said the road walking, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm with you.
And there was right, Jonathan? I mean, there's like a lot of logged out area in that space too.
Yeah, they were just clearing it out, I think, putting in a lot of development and stuff, and that was kind of the sad part. But other than that, I mean, 16 miles with two cool guys. I mean, it was a good time. It was a really good time.
We had a lot of fun. So you got this banner behind you. It says Trailblazing Hope. Would you mind telling us a little bit about Trailblazing Hope Outdoors?
Yeah, so Trailblazing Hope Outdoors manifested out of kind of a life journey that I've been on. I was in the military for 8 years, and then I transitioned from the military into ministry. I was working as a pastor in Virginia for about 3 years, and then things kind of moved and happened where we transitioned my whole family here to Ohio, where I'm at, and I went on staff at a church. Didn't anticipate doing that, but through kind of all of that process, there's always been this kind of like trailblazing mentality, going ahead, whether it's pioneering a new program or taking a leap to trust in what the direction we're supposed to be doing. So there's always this element of trailblazing. You know, you're always going ahead. You look behind, you see if someone's following you or not, and most definitely we had people following us. I worked with young people from high school over the last 20 years, and so I've had that desire to help young people discover who they are, develop leadership abilities, teamwork, critical thinking, and really just self-identity. And I started backpacking in 2013. So after I moved back to Ohio, started backpacking, fell in love with it. Absolutely, just feel viewers that are, if not all of your viewers that are watching or listening, you know, they understand that. That's why they keep doing it. That's why they keep putting their boots on the next trip, even though they got horrible shin splints or plantar fasciitis or blisters or whatever it is. They keep going out because there's something about it that's healing, that's rewarding. And so I just started backpacking all the time. I got addicted to it. I was planning 2 to 3 trips a year. And I transitioned out of ministry to pursue my higher education. I got a master's in sports management, focus of outdoor adventure sport. But I knew that I needed and I had to work with young people and provide them this opportunity to experience the outdoors. And so Trailblazing Hope Outdoors came out of us, a couple buddies and I. We were hiking Mount Rogers in Virginia, where Grayson Highlands is there, the ponies, and we're walking up Mount Rogers Trail to Thomas Knob Shelter at the back end of the hurricane that happened a couple years ago. I think it was Michael or Matthew. Literally, the trail is just a waterfall, and we're ankle deep. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you doing this? But everything about me was like, because this is what it's about. It's about pushing through adversity. It's about enjoying the highs and the lows and putting them all together. And Trailblazing Hope Outdoors came from that. And then this identity of wanting to get young people outdoors. And so we started our nonprofit. We incorporated in 2019, got our tax exempt in 2020, programmed in October of 2020. Since then, we've programmed for over 200 students here in our area, in our community, from upper middle class to low income. And it's something that I've just been so rewarded by. We provide them education and recreation opportunities, kayaking, orienteering, rock climbing, just so many different things, mountain biking, and then we teach them so many basics of the outdoors. And so that's pretty much who we are and what we're doing.
That's incredible, man. I want to say real quick, thank you to Andy Ackerman for the super chat. That is so cool, man. Really appreciate that. And I think somebody made the comment, but dude, you got a killer beard. Thank you so much. That's awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So can you kind of explain like what is it exactly you guys do with Trailblazing Hope? Who is it? It seems like it's definitely reaching out to youth. That's a big part of it. What kind of like tangible things are you guys doing when you get kids outdoors?
Perfect question. Yeah. So we just started our new programming calendar year in August. We partnered with a local university, a Wright State University, and they have a challenge course. The challenge course consists of a low ropes course and then a 51-foot climbing wall. And on the other side of it is a rappelling wall. And so we just reached out to the kids that are part of our programming, to the local schools that we've been able to grow relationships with. And we said, hey, we're taking kids outdoors. It's free. We want them to have these opportunities. And so tangibly, they get to put a helmet on, they get to climb a wall, or they get to rappel down the wall. This coming October, we're taking a mountain biking with the local metro parks. We have a mountain bike course out park here. And some kids are going to be riding a bike for the first time or riding a mountain bike for the first time. That's the recreation side. There's a lot more elements to the recreation side that we might get to tonight. But from the education, it's teaching them what a tent is, what a hammock is, how to hang a hammock, how to build a campfire. This past week, we had our campfire building module where these kids are amazing. They built a teepee, a log cabin, and a pyramid. And they got to use those skills to have a fire making challenge. Any Survivor fans out there know what it's like to have a